All right, if you want to act like you're impressed, I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. Good morning. It's TGD Today. It is Monday Morning Golf Wrap right here on TGD Radio and TV. Of course, Hugh Roy III. I'm just so proud to sit with him every Monday morning, but today especially proud. He didn't wear a hat.
No.
He's giving us the full look. I'm so much appreciative.
Time to get a haircut.
I know. I got one last week, and I need to get another one. How are you?
I'm all right. How about you?
Good, good. I got to tell you about the Saturday golf group, bud.
All right.
Went out to Glen Dornick. By the way, thanks to Ben and the entire staff out there, Jerry, who dealt with me calling back and getting more tee times or whatever. But we show up out there, and we ended up with 16 players. A little misty, a little overcast.
Turned into a nice morning,
A little cool. I'm telling you what, dude, by 6 holes, we were shucking clothes. There were people out there getting naked.
Yeah, it was. It went from chilly to being absolutely perfect.
It was gorgeous.
You know, then later in the afternoon the rain came, but it was beautiful.
We were done and over and out of there.
Yeah.
So had an interesting match. Myself and Mr. Ben Smith from Ohio, who's now back in Ohio full time. Ben left us Sunday morning.
Okay.
So we'll miss him, but Ben is getting married to Crystal, and I'll be heading up there to Ohio in September to attend the wedding. So I'm looking forward to that. But young Mr. Ben Smith and I took on Jim Fellner and Mermaid Man, Mr. Jim Merriman. Let's just say that Ben and I did okay on the front nine.
Yeah.
We were one up at the turn. And then, of course, Mermaid Man had to double up the bets on the 10th tee, the par 5.
Oh, he's
Dornick.
That's just standard up. When he's down, he's going to double up to catch up.
Absolutely. Well, I was okay with him doubling up because I kind of knew I could keep an eye on him. I could keep pace with him, even at my 15 handicap. I could keep pace with him. The Jim Fellner show started on 10.
Oh, Lord.
And the Jim Fellner show, starring Jim Fellner, went on and on and on and on. We watched it the entire back nine.
Yeah.
It never ended. It was a show that didn't have an ending. I sat and watched him go 4 under through the first 5, and I'm 1 under through the first 5, and, I mean, we are getting killed. And Merriman is like 12 over. He's not even in this thing.
And hasn't shut up since it started on the back nine.
Hadn't shown up.
But, I mean, hadn't shut up.
Oh, no.
That ratchet jaw is going.
He's fist pumping.
He's got the radio running.
He's over there. Yeah. And Fellner, of course, doesn't say a word.
No.
He's just down the middle, on the green, make a putt. Down the middle, on the green, make a putt. And Ben, we come on to 16. That very difficult par 4. Mm-hmm. And Glen Dornick couldn't have been in better shape. Fairways were cut, rough was cut, tee boxes were cropped close. Greens were rolling quicker than we've seen of late of any of the golf courses. So hats off to Glen Dornick, folks. It's in great shape. Go out there and play it. You'll have a blast. But Ben comes to me in the cart and goes, should we press? And I looked at Ben. I said, Ben, you're a young man. I said, let a wise old man teach you something. When you haven't had a snowball's chance of even winning a hole in 5 holes, nothing's going to turn that around to where all of a sudden you win 6, 7, 8, and 9. And he goes, yeah, I guess you're right. And lo and behold, Fellner throws in a chip on the 6th hole on the back. And then we watched him bogey 17, but Merriman finally made a par to cut us. And then he turns around and birdies 18, shoots 32.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Yeah. I just walked up to him, gave him a hug. I said, thank you. He said, for what? And I said, these marks on my back. You absolutely whipped me today. So we had a lot of fun. Glen Dornick was a blast. Hate we missed you. I invited you, and you had a special guest in this weekend, but you know he had to get to places. So how did your day go with Colt Ford?
Colt and I had a great time. It's been, we've known each other pretty much all our lives growing up in Georgia, and we talk. It's just the things that we talk about. It's hysterical, and
Well, he's a hysterical character anyway.
Oh, he is. He's funny, and he's a really good guy. And he comes driving in, and we're sitting there, and we're on the back of the range at Possum Trot, so we kind of keep people away from us, and give him some privacy so we can work, because he's got to play this thing this week down in Florida, this celebrity thing.
It's actually his thing, isn't it?
I don't think so.
No, his was last week.
Yeah. This is something they're doing down there, and he said what's cool about this one as opposed to the one that they do out, in Reno and all that is. You get a lot of the baseball players that play full time that'll play in this one because it's the off season.
Sure.
So he was looking forward to it and wanted to work on his golf game because he hadn't played much since right before Thanksgiving. And
right.
So we're back there working, and you're trying to help him and say, look, all right, here's the video showing him this and saying, look, this is your issue. You've always had this. This has got to change. And he's got 40 comments for everything you say. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm trying to help him. We're talking. He agrees with me, but yet there's 40 things that go with it. Mm-hmm. And so it was fun.
Sounds like someone else,
Yeah, it does. But we had a lot of fun, and Al helped us get his clubs bent properly and where we needed them, and he was happy when he left. And he's
got the new PXGs.
He does. Very, very good. They're worth, I guess you could say, they're worth every bit of what they're asking for them. Because,
really? I
mean, when the club is that soft and yet has that much pop to it, there's something legitimate. And,
okay.
He was telling me Mike Nicolette's a big part of this, and that's something I didn't realize. And Mike Nicolette played the tour for a long time, folks, and then was involved with Ping as far as, their tour department and whatnot. So now he's with this new company, and I actually asked a good friend of mine from another golf company that I said, from what I saw looking at this club, now granted it's forged instead of cast,
right?
But this is a lawsuit waiting to happen. I said, because this thing is a definite, exact copy of a Ping. And he goes, no, never happened. He goes, Ping's got a lot of money, but they don't have as much as he does, and they're not going to go that route.
Oh, and we're talking about Dr. Parsons, right?
Yes.
So GoDaddy got top.
But I'll tell you what, the driver, the 3-wood, the club, I mean, everything looked really, really good. Mm-hmm. And so, they've actually come out with a golf club that is what tour players want to play with and is actually very friendly to the average golfer. I mean, it looks like a smaller-headed type club, but it's got a huge sweet spot to it.
Yeah.
So, something very nice. But, yeah, Colt and I had a great time. We got to catch up and just talking about when the next time we're going to try to get together and see what's going on.
Well, good. Well, maybe next time he's in town, we can all get together and play a little golf.
Yeah, if we can ever pull him away. Tying him down for more than about 2 hours, you're lucky.
He's become a real popular guy.
He is. And he's constantly on the road going somewhere. I mean, he was in Savannah. He was in Rincon Saturday night, and then now he's down in Orlando, and then I guess he goes from there to Minnesota or somewhere to do a show. He's all over the place.
Well, I'm glad he came in and worked with you. He's working with one of the best, so that's good to hear. Hey, some interesting golf this weekend, baby. Not just us, but some interesting golf. Let's catch people up on South Africa first. Of course, one of your old stomping grounds, and it was good to see the young man win, Mr. Stone. It was. I was happy. This is his 27th event. He picks up his first European Tour victory. He almost gave it up. Almost. During the middle part of the round, he has 5 bogeys and 6 holes. So,
and like I said, around Glendower, it's not hard to do. But, you look at the way the young man pulled it together and finished it. Pretty remarkable. And, this is a talented young man we're going to see a lot of here in the future, I believe. He seems to have that little something to where when he needs a golf shot, he can hit it.
Well, 22 years, 265 days old, so he becomes now the youngest winner, South African, of the Open there, and so of the BMW SA Open. So hats off to him. He actually takes the record away, or the little footnote away, from Trevor Immelman.
Yes,
Trevor won it at 23.
Yep.
So he now becomes the youngest. He's going to move, folks, from about 249th in the world golf rankings up to about 120. So this was a huge step for him. And, of course, he picks up many, many Race for Dubai points, which will help move him along and his career along. He'll get some exemptions now. He's got a couple-year tour card exemption. So hats off to young Mr. Stone, Brendan Stone. He ends up holding off the people that were charging him, like his fellow South African that was right on his heels. And then you had Brandon Grace in the field and things like that. So it wasn't like he was far and beyond going to win this thing. Far different. It was a far different tournament than was going on in Hawaii.
Yeah, and I tell you what, though, watching the end of the South African Open and seeing Kevin Stone, his father, who I played with down there, I've known Kevin for years, just the hugging and the proud moment.
Crying.
The proud moment is just there's nothing like it. And folks, I'm gonna be honest with you, when it comes to the South African people themselves, the golfers, they are some of the most genuine, proudest, nicest people you'll ever meet. And it doesn't matter if I beat you or you beat me. It's, all right, it's over with. You beat me. Now let's go party and have a good time and celebrate. And that's the way these people are, and that's why I have such a love for that country and this tour itself. So it is. And you getting into the Hawaii deal, most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. First time in tour history anybody shot 30 under par for 4 rounds.
It was the Jordan Spieth show, starring Jordan Spieth. I mean, and he didn't play well, Hugh. Yesterday, or last night actually, he didn't. He was misstriking his irons. He was, he was barely getting on greens 40, 50 feet away, and some of the commentators were saying, "Well, he's playing conservative. He's playing conservative." He just wasn't striking the ball. He had a couple of wedge shots that ended up spinning back off the front edges, where your Brooks Koepkas, your Patrick Reeds, they were all making a charge. I mean, Patrick Reed played phenomenally for the day. He ends up in second place by himself. He just couldn't. I tell you, Patrick Reed struck the ball. He actually finished the week, folks, in 54 holes. He only had 1 bogey. That was the fewest bogeys of anybody that played in this event of 32 players. But he couldn't have made a putt if the doggone hole was that big around. Reed was on the lip
Yeah.
the entire week. And but Jordan shoots 66, 64, 65, 67 to win by 8.
And go to the old saying of the legend, all right? He who plays the best is not necessarily the one that hits it the best.
Yeah.
And Jordan never put himself in a situation that was dire.
He made his second bogey on the same hole, number 8, the par 3. He made a bogey there Saturday. That was his first bogey of the tournament. He made a bogey again there yesterday, and it was like someone had come out and just reached in and pulled his heart out of his chest. I mean, he literally walked off that green thinking he had lost the tournament. At the time, he was only in the lead by 5, which he dropped back to 4 when he made the bogey.
Yeah.
But you would have thought that somebody had just come and said, "Okay, Jordan, you have to put your toys up now. You can't play this game anymore." I mean, literally. And he goes up to Michael, his caddy, on the next tee box, and he goes, "Okay, come on. He wants to hit driver." And, Michael's going, "Well, let's do this." And he goes, "I'm hitting driver." And, of course, he rips one 410 yards. Okay. You're good, young man.
Mm-hmm.
Brooks Koepka was out driving him by 50 all day long.
But that doesn't.
It didn't matter.
That doesn't do anything.
It didn't matter.
No.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter. And to watch him navigate the putting surfaces, watch him navigate the chipping that he had to do, the ups and downs that he had to execute to post these numbers. And then he told Michael at the turn, he goes, "Okay, Reed's making a push. Brooks is right here. We're watching what Brooks is doing. And we've got to make at least 3 birdies on the way in to secure this win." I mean, you're already 4-5 in the lead, and you need 3 more? That's just his mentality.
Well, his mentality was once they brought up the record of the 30 under par, that was what he was thinking about, period.
And he mentioned that on Saturday. He
wanted that number.
He wanted that number.
Mm-hmm.
And he hits a second shot on 18, the par 5. He leaves himself about 30 yards off the green, which was even further back than all the rest of the field had left themselves. And the pin is back left, as it is traditionally on Sunday. He pulls out a wedge, folks. He decides to fly it all the way there, which I can't name another player that would have done that. They would have hit short on the ridge, about 25 feet away, let it check, and then drift down to the bottom of the hole. Not Jordan. He throws it pin high, and the ball sticks and stops 4 inches. And he goes, okay, I got a little 5-footer. Let's go. Brooks, of course, phenomenal second shot. He comes up just short of the green. He chips down. He leaves himself 12 feet. He misses the putt, makes par. Jordan just goes up, drains it. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. I'll take that other $1.18 million that you're going to hand me.
Yeah.
Goes over, hugs the sister, hugs the other sister, hugs the mother, hugs the dad, hugs the girlfriend. High fives the agent. Okay, let's go. What's next?
Mm-hmm.
Where's my next tournament? I'm not playing Waialae, but where's my next one?
Well, I mean, it just shows, everybody takes time off during the winter. And, I mean, the kid came back. He wasn't as sharp as we're used to seeing. And
he wasn't as sharp?
And he still played well.
He shot 66, 64.
I know. And wasn't sharp. Other than the 3-wood he almost hole on Saturday, I mean, he hit some average golf shots.
You're right. Nothing.
Imagine what's going to happen when he gets this thing dialed in.
Nothing spectacular, folks. I mean, but the guy is right now running about 25% makes of putts 15 to 25 feet.
I understand that, but I'm just telling you.
1 in 4.
This young man is mentally more mature than 95% of the guys on the PGA Tour. That's the difference. That's the difference.
Mentally and psychologically.
He has the ability to create a game plan, stick to a game plan, and to think his way out of a situation. Nobody else is able to do that. Look at the bogeys and the dumb mistakes they make. Jordan Spieth is not making those. He's upset when he walked off 8 yesterday because he made a mistake and didn't get himself out of it.
That's right. You're exactly right. He hit a chunky shot, and it was like his world came to an end. I was sitting there going, holy crap, dude. Be easier on yourself.
Well, he's just trying to get his brain back into the game. He went to sleep. He got away from what he does constantly. And, it's just like with Michael, his caddy. I mean, the guy was a math teacher. The guy thinks of everything from the physics, the angles, the way you get things done from the numbers. And that's what makes Jordan thrive.
They were playing.
And Jordan went to sleep, made a mistake.
They were playing 5, the uphill par 4 that Bubba drove. The entire field drove.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan just comes off making a scramble par. He had to make a 6-footer for par, of course, which he center cuts. Would you expect anything else? He gets up on the tee box, and Brooks has got honors. No, Brooks doesn't have honors. Jordan's got honors. And he has gone 2 under through 5. Brooks had the bogey on 1, which kind of set the pace for the day, Jordan won't hit driver. He wants to hit driver. He wants to put it up there. He's telling Michael, they're having this 20-minute conversation on an uphill 298-yard par 4. Michael goes, look, I like the 4-iron. It doesn't get you in any trouble. Hit the 4-iron. Jordan goes, but I like driver. Michael goes, I think 4's the call, and he just picks up the bag and walks away.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan goes over to the bag. He's got to walk over to the bag now. Who's in charge here? No, but he did exactly what he was calming the kid down.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do. That's the kind of person you need.
It was phenomenal. Mark Rolfing made the comment. He goes, did you get all that dialect? When he turned around and pulled the bag about 6 feet away, Jordan walked over and goes, okay, let's go with the 4. And he grabbed the 4-iron, walked right over, teed it up, just sends it out there with a little hook. Now it ends up in the rough. But Michael gets down there when they're down in the rough, and Brooks Koepka is 110 yards in front of him. And Michael goes, I like this lie. And Jordan's going, yeah? And he goes, oh, yeah, you're going to hit it up there on that ridge. It's going to release instead of checking up and possibly come back this way. There's no way that it can come back. And Jordan goes, oh, yeah, I like that. Give me the wedge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a team.
And that's what they are. And I'm just saying that's the thing. But that's what separates Jordan is the fact his mind, they know exactly where they're going and what they're going to do, and they never vary from it.
It's impressive, dude.
It is. It's going to be a long year for a lot of people. I've got a funny feeling.
I can't.
Because when a man can go out and play that average and shoot 30 under par, Lord help the rest of the tour when he gets this thing dialed in.
And we said that about Tiger. But there's a difference. There's a difference. Tiger was never a team with his caddies.
Tiger never could change gears like this kid can.
I wondered last night, Hugh, would Jordan be where he is if it wasn't for Michael?
Oh, no. I mean, I'm not going to say he wouldn't be on tour, a winner, whatever.
Right.
But with what these two have created together.
Would he have accomplished his 7th win by 22 years of age? Would he have won 2 majors already? I don't think so.
George, I don't either. So. It's hard to say.
This was the angels coming down and the perfect storm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the perfect marriage.
Mm-hmm.
It was the perfect storm. These two just happened to, by chance, pass each other in the night. And poof.
Well, they've created something that a lot of people are jealous of. I can tell you that.
They've created something that's scary.
Yeah, I agree.
And the Reeds and Rory sitting in his den back in Florida or Ireland or wherever he was is watching this, baby. He's got something to deal with. And I can blow it by him by 50.
It doesn't matter.
Jordan will wave at him as he walks by. Hey,
I'm playing through. Just move out of the way.
Yeah, I'm back here in the other Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
But hold on. This is going up. It's only going to be about 20 feet away, so you can go ahead and stick it in at 5. This is going to be 20 feet, but I'm going to make it.
Well, it's like I say, it's why you have 13 clubs and a putter. It doesn't matter how far you hit it. If you know how to play each one of them and you know what you can do with them, game on.
Okay, one other item I've got about Kapalua. First off, I love the tournament. I love the environment. I love the broadcast. I love that it's in prime time. I just love everything about it, including Wailai and the Sony coming up this week. I love everything about it because we get to sit at evening and enjoy it and all that. Of course, I have to go up to the little small room upstairs to watch it because other people are watching the big screens. So, but that's okay. What's up with Ricky Fowler? Oh, my gosh. We now have high-top Puma shoes and jogging pants. Did you see those?
Have you ever heard of Cash?
Oh, God. I've never been. I actually got tweets on Thursday. I would read them, except I would embarrass the people that sent them to me. They're going, Godfather, these are made for you. Godfather, you got to get these. Godfather, you got to wear these. I'm getting you a pair of these. I thought Keegan Bradley's Air Jordans were ugly. And I'm sitting here going, is there a golfer out there in this world that listens to us in 157 countries that's going to buy a pair of these? They got straps on them 2 inches wide.
Oh, I know.
They look like you're getting shackled and put in prison.
They look like orthopedic shoes.
Yeah, they do, actually.
People probably thought you need them just to help you with plantar fasciitis or whatever it is you got. So.
Oh, is that it?
Probably.
Wow.
But, those things, I agree, they're hideous.
And the pants.
But apparently from what I've read and heard through social media, he's being paid a pretty penny to wear those things. So,
Yeah. They asked him about making a fashion statement. Yeah, he made a statement, all right. More power to him, dude. I mean, if you can get the bucks, get the bucks. Go ahead. Patrick Reed had a great week. He finishes second. Brooks Koepka playing with the new clubs. Of course, he just shifted to Nike. He seems to like it. He seems to like the ball. He had raved about it over the weekend. Good to see after a strong 84, his last round posted right before Christmas in China, Brent Snedeker comes out, and actually, if you look at Brent's final 36 holes, he was the strongest player on the golf course. He goes 16 under par over the last 2 days, and he shoots 65, 67 over Saturday and Sunday to finish in tied 3 with Brooks Koepka. So good to see Brant back. He was popping it in. That little pop stroke, he was popping it in. Then Ricky finishes 5th. Interestingly, Padraig Harrington. I mentioned Padraig the other day in Faraday interview. And Padraig had a great tournament. He finishes tied 6th. Fabian Gomez, one of the new young kids on the tour. He ends up at T6 along with Peter Malnati. And both of those young kids, they've ended up playing together, and you could just see them. It was like a really close horse race, you know. They were just, this guy would birdie, then this guy would birdie. This guy would birdie, then this guy. So congratulations to both of them. Strong showings in their first Tournament of Champions. Kevin Kisner, your favorite, I think now becoming a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah.
A lot of people were really tweeting, talking, social media, and Kevin got a ton of airtime during this tournament.
Yeah.
So congratulations to KK, Double K, and Stephen Bowditch. Jason Day finishes with 65. So he kind of shakes off the rust of the holiday season and finally gets it in gear after shooting 70, 73. He then has 69 on Saturday, 65 on Sunday. One of the lower rounds posted of the day for Jason Day, and he's still booming the ball, Bubba. He can pound it. That is no doubt about that. Dustin Johnson, he starts his tournament off on an even par note at 73 and then goes 67, 68, 69. Never really saw or heard much of him. Jimmy Walker, again, tied 10th. Bubba Watson tied 10th. Bubba seemed to have about 4 different putting strokes during this weekend, Hugh. And, I mean, I saw him putt on Friday, and he literally almost whiffed it. I've never seen a pro do it, but he almost whiffed the putt. He almost missed the ball on the follow-through.
Yeah.
He was trying to pull up and hit the top of it on a putt, a 5-footer. Why do you need to manipulate the spin on a 5-footer?
It beats me. I mean, but again, you go back to what I was saying earlier. I mean, these guys have been sitting at home taking it easy over the holidays, and I mean, I'm sure they're looking and searching and trying to figure something out to get some feel so that they can compete and play. And I mean, that's a lot of it, and it's nothing to do with this fact. There's just rust, and they've got to figure out how to get rid of it.
Right. Well, congratulations to J.J. Henry and James Hahn. By the way, folks, if you never saw them on camera, there's a reason why. They both finished tied 31st, but they did pick up a check of $59,500. Thank you for coming. Enjoy the rest of your day. James Hahn, of course, one of those players that just signed with PXG. Graham McDowell was there. Davis Love III finished tied 29th with Graham. Matt Avery, Russell Knox, Scott Piercy, Chris Kirk, J.B. Holmes. I mean, the field in this thing is absolutely marvelous. And who else was in the field that you never saw on camera but one Alex Cheka? And Alex, again, from his year last year, got him into this with his win. And, you got to watch for Alex this year. He's just going to be kind of like that gnat, that sand flea. Mm-hmm. He's going to be nipping.
He'll be around.
He'll be around.
He will be around.
So Zach Johnson had an okay week. You could tell he hadn't quite got acclimated to the new PXG irons, but he is still rolling, of course, the Seymour putter. And so he did make some nice, impressive putts over the weekend. Bill Haas, Emiliano Grillo, one of those, again, rookies to the Tournament of Champions, David Lingmerth, Danny Lee, Smiley Coffin, And that's pretty much all the players there. So congratulations to Jordan Spieth for a very close-fought win. Of course, only winning by 8. Could have been 10, could have been 11. But, again, he just wasn't exactly himself on the final day, only shooting 67.
Yeah.
So
too bad.
only 6 under when really he could have gone 9 or 10. But he just wasn't striking the ball that well. So that's tough to say.
And that's the funny part about this. Again, it's just about learning how to golf your ball and manage your way around a golf course. And this young man is so far beyond his years, it's unbelievable. And so we just look at it that, when this thing does get dialed in, Lord help the rest of the field because it's going to be ugly.
Well, the West Coast swing is going to be of interest, and, of course, that's where we'll see the likes of Rory. Now, coming up this week, the Sony Waialae, of course, being defended by Jimmy Walker, who won it running away much like Jordan's win at Kapalua. Jimmy last year ran away by several strokes to win at the Sony Waialae. You'll see 20 of the players from this weekend that were at Kapalua will transition over to Honolulu, and they'll go across the road on Diamond Head and head over to Waialae Country Club.
Yep.
So one of our old stomping grounds, or mine especially, I've enjoyed many weekends there at Waialae. And I can't tell you all the things that I did, but let's just say I had fun.
Yes.
I didn't get mugged down the street, though.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't pull an Allenby.
Yeah, I didn't get mugged. I want to thank all of you for joining us here on Monday Morning Golf Wrap. TGD today, of course, with you, Rory III, and George Honeycutt. We have so much fun bringing this to you. And if this weekend is any sign of our year to come with the likes of Jordan Spieth, with the likes of some of the other players and how they played, this is going to be one heck of a golfing year for us to view and enjoy throughout the year. So TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. When visiting the Golf Directory, be sure to check out our featured course pages where you'll find up-to-date information about course conditions, specials, and much more. Need help with your next golfing vacation? Just call Dave. You can give us a call right here at the Golf Director at 844-GO-GOLF-1, 844-464-6531. All of our programming is archived for listening and viewing on demand. To catch up on any show you may have missed, click on the TGD Radio or the TGD TV tabs in the menu screen at thegolfdirector.com. We're now available on over 1 billion devices at iTunes, Audio Realm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Blueberry, Periscope, Catch.me, and, of course, the Myrtle Beach Golf app. I'm George Honeycutt, Hugh Roy III, Jeff behind the glass. We want to thank all of you for tuning in. Don't go anywhere, though. There's a lot more golf news and information coming up next.